Upon graduation, it marked the very end of my entire college experience. I got into my dream school thinking it will guarantee my college years to be something meaningful and fulfilling. But when I sit down by myself and look back, I realized I wasted so much of my college years because I didn't know 3 truths. In this video, I'm gonna share the 3 most important truths I learned so you don't have to waste yours. I graduated from UCLA in 2023 with a degree in business economics. And here are the 3 truths I learned that can be life-changing if you want to have the most fulfilling college experience possible. Truth number 1. Networking is the biggest BS. When I was in college, I believed networking was super important. So I tried really hard to make friends and establish good relationships with professionals. I attended all kinds of club events to meet new people and professional networking sessions to build my so-called professional network. I literally spent hundreds of hours networking in college, thinking that it's gonna benefit me in the long term.
Are you kidding me?
Until I realized networking is a toxic BS after college. Now among the hundreds of people I networked with, I stay in touch with none of them after college. As it should be, the hard truth was that at its core, networking is all about value exchange. What value you can bring on the table. Nothing more, nothing less.
Sad but true.
If you can't offer the value people want, it really doesn't matter who you network with, because no one gives a darn about you. And people usually judge you based on the titles you have, or the accomplishments you made.
Titles.
I truly wish that I could have spent all of those useless BS networking time on self-development, learning more knowledge or skills, or starting a business. Those connections that I built through networking are as fragile as a thread.
That's sad.
I remember one time I went to my business professor's office hour. She's also an entrepreneur and professional investor, and we were talking about her professional journey. She told me that if there's one most important lesson I can teach you, it's this. Money begets money, and success begets success. What she means is that once you have the first success, achieving much more success gonna be so much easier. The reason that I'm sharing this story is because that I think the same principle applies to networking as well, which is value begets value. Once you have a great value to offer, people will come and find you. Don't network in college, and instead invest in yourself and increase your self-worth. Like what Charlie Munger said, to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. Truth number 2. In college, the risk is minimal for taking action. For many people, you don't have to worry about making a living in college and can explore lots of stuff freely. However, after graduating, it's gonna be so much different. The risk for taking action is gonna be much higher because you need to take care of yourself financially. I mean, in general. I truly regret that I didn't take enough actions in college and totally wasted the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When I was in college, actually, I started my YouTube channel, but because I wasn't getting many views, and I thought it's so embarrassing and my friends are gonna judge me so hard, so I stopped.
Well, actually, I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
And after college, I realized I still want to do YouTube, so I decided to start again. But this time, the stake is so much higher because it's directly tied to my living. Whereas when I was in college, I could have just experimented around and see what works, what doesn't. I literally had nothing to lose in college, but I didn't take advantage of it. There were so many moments I decided not to take an action because I was afraid of being seen as a failure among peers, not knowing that most of them don't give a darn at all. Whether you want to start a YouTube channel, project, or business, take as much action as possible. You can fail a million times and get up and be like, what's up? Because of the cushion that saves your ass. When I was in college, I was doing so much thinking but not acting, and it left me with literally nothing. In my opinion, when you're in college, the biggest risk is not taking actions toward your goal and dreams, counterintuitively. It's like the inflation is getting worse year by year, but you're still putting your money into the bank.
Your ass will be fired.
Not taking action is the biggest risk. When you're in college, your risk tolerance is extremely high, so keep taking actions toward your goal and dream, ignoring what other people think of you.
You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
Truth number 3. Prioritizing learning over grades leads to big payoffs in the future. One of the most important skills I learned in college is the ability to think critically and learn new knowledge and skills efficiently. This soft skill comes from absorbing knowledge from different subject areas. As Einstein said, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. When I was in college, because I prioritized my grades over learning, I didn't fully absorb what's been taught in those classes. I was using different tricks here and there to make sure that I can answer the questions correctly on the exams.
No cheating.
There's just so much important knowledge that's not on the exam and can be very important and useful for knowing. For example, for economic classes, what's on the exams are usually calculation-based questions, so you need to know how to do the math correctly, especially calculus stuff. So some of the most important core economics concepts, like GDP, unemployment, inflation, are never gonna be on the exam because they are so easy. But if you study to absorb the knowledge, you'll develop develop a better ability to think and learn, which can be priceless later on. The brain is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And college is a perfect timing for doing some intense works. There's no college like 4 years in the future where you can train your brain just constantly and frequently. Don't take shortcuts just studying for exams.
Shortcut! Shortcut!
I took a lot of shortcuts myself, and I really wish I didn't. So whatever subjects you study, making extra intentional efforts to absorb what you study will lead to huge payoffs in the future. And trust me, your future self will thank you for training your brain as hard as you can in college. Alright, this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give a like and subscribe for more. It means a lot. Thanks, and I will see you in the next one.